broadcasting update on Hurricane Milton and give you a little bit of updates on the emergency protective measures that we've taken here in Hernando County. So currently at 5 p.m., the track has ticked a little further south, but please, I want to make this very clear. Do not make assumptions that just because it is now further south towards Sarasota, that we will not have any effects from Hurricane Milton. We are not going to stand down our operations based on this assumption. There's still a possibility that it could tick a little further north as well. We'll continue our posture as planned, and we'll go through that as well. So the confidence is high that Milton will make landfall on the west coast of Florida. Predicted landfall is 2 a.m. on Thursday. 2 a.m. on Thursday. Please note that as you see it right now, it's very small and compact. As it gets closer to the west coast, it is going to expand greatly, both in length and in width. Okay, it's going to be about 350 miles each way. So it's going to expand as it gets closer to the west coast of Florida. If this happens, Hernando County will be subject to the northernmost winds and rain. On the north side of the storm, we're going to be subject to 10 to 15 inches of rain, along with the winds, 80 to 110 miles per hour of winds, and there's still a possibility of storm surge as well. Hernando County currently is in a hurricane, flood watch, and storm surge warning. Also, the Withlacoochee River we have a flood warning for the Withlacoochee River at 301 at Trilby and at Croom. Flood warning, the Trilby is to peak Sunday at 16 feet. So it's going to begin to rise throughout the week as we go through into the weekend. And at Croom, the peak is at 10 feet. So please, those that live on the Withlacoochee River, please monitor the hydraulics there at the river, and we'll have more information on sheltering if you need so to put out there. Speaking of sheltering, we had a mandatory evacuation order that went into effect today at 8 a.m. We have 3 shelters that are currently open. We have the Richmond Center located in Brooksville that has general population and pets. We have Challenger K-8 school, which is taking special needs, general population, and pets. We also have West Hernando Middle School that's open for general population and pets as well. Transportation to the shelters will run all night tonight and into tomorrow morning. We'll downgrade that as weather conditions permit. So keep an eye out and we'll keep you posted. But transportation to the shelters are available all night long and into tomorrow morning. So with some other emergency protective measures, I turn it over to Commissioner Navarro to give you the update on that. Commissioner?
Thank you so much. Well, one of the things I do want to talk about is I just want to let you know, currently we have 300 people in shelters. We have 22 with special needs, 36 dogs, 41 cats, and 4 birds. We also have about 48 more dogs on the way. And I just want to give a shout out to the company Chewy. They donated 250 crates to our county, which I thought was pretty awesome. And to show that we're just, everybody does what they need to do. Our clerk of court went to go pick them up in Ocala in a truck. So I thought that was pretty impressive that you've got everybody working on behalf of the residents in the community. We're asking the residents to please take shelter. Don't be a statistic. Try to get there before 12 noon tomorrow. We understand it's not comfortable to always be there, but it is important that you go into a safe place to keep everybody else safe as well. We have our sandbags still open, and that will continue until weather prevents it from happening. They're open in 4 spots: Linder Pedersen Park, Anderson Snow Park, Ridge Manor Community Center, and Spring Lake Methodist Church. As of today, we had 58,947 sandbags provided in the last 3 days alone. Many residents still have sandbags from Hurricane Helene. So it's important, to get the sandbags, but it's really important to learn how to use them properly. If you're not sure, please ask. Also, we have debris removal. We had 20,000 cubic yards removed in the past 2 days, bringing the total to 35,000 cubic yards since last week's storm, Hurricane Helene. Also, our landfill is open 24 hours, and that will stay that way until weather doesn't allow for that. And then we also had some hindsight actions that we took. After Helene, we learned some things about boats. And we worked with our commercial fishing industry to secure 30 large commercial fishing vessels with over 3,000 feet of rope. Okay, we also installed a tiger dam around a polling location to make sure that that place doesn't get destroyed prior to the election, because that would be a logistical nightmare for our supervisor of election. Standing by, we have 56 National Guardsmen that are housed at Weeki Wachee High School and ready for deployment. with Wakuchi is staged and ready to go, and they said to prepare for outage, some possibly lasting weeks, not just days. Duke Energy has set up 4 base camps at our Brooksville airport, and we have linemen arriving from North Dakota and Canada to assist our community. So I'll tell you, we are truly blessed in that. We have 2 4,000-gallon tankers with fuel, diesel, and gasoline to ensure our county rescue vehicles can get to you and help service our citizens. We also have radio communication to back up our regular communication if cell service and all of that goes down. The emergency management warehouse was restocked and is ready to serve our community. And I'd love to give a big shout out to Richie Russell for taking charge of the emergency management supplies for our community and making sure we have everything that we need. Again, we're very blessed to be in this community. What would bless us more is if you get safe and you go to a safe place, go to a shelter. Don't wait till it's too late. Please, I implore you. And thank you so much. And I'm going to go ahead and pass that on back.
Thank you, Commissioner. As the Commissioner mentioned, you could be expecting with the northernmost effects of the storm that we could possibly face is power outages. So please expect the potential long-term power outages after Hurricane Milton. Both Duke and with Wakuchi Electric Co-op have crews standing by and ready to be deployed once the storm debris is clear and it's safe to do so. The linemen are on their way here. But in further information in regards to power outages, I turn it over to Commissioner Steve Champion. Commissioner?
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everyone. I want to start by thanking the county staff and emergency management. They've been doing a fantastic job of keeping the public informed. And I know we've repeated this over and over, but you should go on our website and watch the updates. Follow us on social media for all the updates. Commissioners as well as staff share updates as we receive them. So some of the tips that I have are mainly for after the storm. So with a high likelihood of losing power, there's a couple of non-common tips that you would have. Like, for example, you want some cash on hand because if there's no power, you're not going to be able to use your credit card and stuff out there. So if you need some cash to buy goods, your documents, you want to make sure you have copies of them and put them in a safe place to make sure you have those if need. Also want to take pictures or video your belongings, your home, your belongings for insurance purposes. So if there is, God forbid, some damage to your property, that you have documentation of that. And last is charging all of your devices. So a lot of times while you have power, let's charge your phones, let's charge your tablets, just make sure your laptop and make sure you're ready to go. But again, I want to thank the county and emergency management for doing a great job of keeping the public informed. I'll turn it back over to Mike. Thank you.
Thank you. Again, we're ready for response and we're here for you, for your needs. Again, sandbag locations will remain open, weather permitting. Transportation to the shelters will be remaining open throughout the night and into tomorrow. Debris collection will continue. We understand there's still the aftermath and the effects of Hurricane Helene. As the Commissioner mentioned, please take pictures of your property so you can distinguish through your insurance company if you sustain damage from Hurricane Helene via Hurricane Milton. Okay, so that's going to be important to do as well. We're also planning for inland flooding with the amount of rain that we are expected to get from the northernmost part of the storm, anywhere from 10 to 15 inches of rain. We're getting prepared and have a plan in place for inland flooding as well. Also, we have a plan in place for reentry. We will stick to the governor's order to get people back in their residential areas as soon as possible, but it'll be when it's safe to do so. My whole thing is it's about life safety, paramount. I want to make sure everybody's safe, our first responders, our linesmen, and our residents. So as soon as it's open and get the all clear, we'll absolutely allow you back into your residence if you have evacuated. We want to make sure that everybody's safe and sound. If you have any storm-related questions, please call our public information line. It is open now 24 hours. That number is 352-754-4083. Again, 352-754-4083. If you want more information, you can go to our website at www.hernandocounty.us/EM. And please, yes, for storm-related questions, call the information line. Please do not call 911. Please leave 911 open for emergency services only for if you need law, fire, or EMS. One last thing I want to remind you about with the flooding that we're expected to get, if you have any electric vehicles with lithium-ion batteries, please remove them from your garage or from within your house if you think you're going to get flooded. We responded to several fires during Hurricane Helene. 4 were just based off of those lithium-ion batteries, e-bikes, golf carts, solar-powered generators, getting saturated with salt water, and then pretty much exploding and causing a fire within the house. Put that stuff outside. Do not leave that inside your residence. So we'll continue to monitor the storm and keep you updated. We're here for you. We're ready to respond. We have state and local assets in place. We're waiting on power companies to get their crews here. So we're ready to respond. If you have, again, storm-related questions, call the Public Information Center at 352-754-4083. And continue to monitor us on Hernando County Emergency Management Facebook page, and we'll continue to update you, the citizens, because you come first. Remember, Hernando prepares.